If you have seen my review for the first FNAF movie, you would know that I have quite mixed feelings on it, and I don't completely. It wasn't my favorite film, but I do have higher hopes for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I have a feeling they're gonna be able to do this film better. I have a feeling it's just gonna be made overall better. I don't know how much better it's gonna be. I might only go up half a star, or could go a whole star, but I guess we'll see. I'm gonna watch it in just a few hours, and I'll give you my opinion. 1 year since the supernatural nightmare at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the stories about what transpired there have been twisted into a campy local legend, inspiring the town's first ever Faz Fest. With the truth about what transpired kept from her, Abby sneaks out to reconnect with Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, setting into motion a terrifying series of events that will reveal dark secrets about the true origin of Freddy's and unleash a long forgotten horror hidden away for decades. Honestly, I thought this film was better than the first. Like, first good comment I have to make on this is I really like how many characters we get in this film. Especially, I feel like there's a lot of animatronics, and how they're there kind of makes sense to me. And I thought the story was really interesting, and some of the choices and things they did I thought was interesting in a good way. One thing I will kind of have to say is the characters were a little more likable in this film than the first, in my opinion, but I still wasn't a big fan of them. And Abby was still, some of the things she did I thought was pretty dumb. Which, I mean, she's a kid, and I mean, in horror movies that's kind of typical, but it's kind of annoying. I will say, like, this film is a little goofy, like the first, so I guess you can't really expect, like, talk to me level on, like, super deep or whatever. Like, you don't want to expect that. It's kind of a goofier movie, and like in the first review, I mentioned wanting an unrated version. This one could use it, but I don't think it needs it as much. I don't think there's as many scenes where I would want that, because there's not as many, in my opinion, brutal scenes, I guess. But overall, I thought the film was pretty good. I'd give it a 3.5. There was still, like, some things that happened in the film, but I was kind of, like, questioning some things. But overall, I think it was an improvement from the first. On to the spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch the rest of this video. First things first, I want to bring up the ending. I really thought it was interesting how Vanessa, how she became, I guess, infected or possessed. I think that was a really interesting ending. Funny enough, there was a part in this film where I thought it was the ending, but then there turns out to be more. And I was like, oh wow, this is gonna end like this. This is a very underwhelming climax, but it had a pretty good climax. But yeah, with this ending, I thought it was pretty interesting. It really makes me think, like, oh, what are they gonna do in the next one? And also with the like after credits scene or whatever that's called, where they show, I think it's Springtrap. It was just very exciting. It makes me really happy, really excited for the next Five Nights at Freddy's film, number 3. Which, I mean, I don't know when that's gonna come out, but I think that'd be really cool. I have a few thoughts on the animatronics walking the street. At first, I didn't know how I felt about that, like them going all around and stuff. But I think it was a really interesting choice, and I think it's something unique that I wasn't expecting. I like how we get some of my favorite characters, like Withered Bonnie, and like the Wizards are usually my favorites. I will say this film was scarier than the first. I think there was a lot more jump scares that were fun, but I still kind of have that problem where where the jump scares were a little plain and boring. They're more loud noises. I wanted something a little more unique, but I think overall that it was okay. And there was probably some plot holes in this film that I can't really think of. And also, I think the kid was still dumb, and you get this message to when the girl gets the message on that little, like, device, and it's like, come find me or whatever. It's like, why are you doing this? This is not a good idea. Yeah, I think overall the characters, some of the things they did were dumb, but I do recommend this film, and I think it was a step up. I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece, but I would say it is a step up from the first film, and it makes me really excited for what they're going to do for the third film. Hopefully another step up. I mean, I give it 3.5. So those are my thoughts. I thought it was really interesting. I would love to know your guys' opinions, especially people who have seen this film. Maybe some speculations of what you think is gonna happen, because there's a couple like ideas I have with some of these characters that hasn't been explained, that I'm like, oh, this might be part of it, and I would really like to know others people's opinions on it. Okay, thank you for watching.